Round the city, round the clock.
All right,
We're back.
here we are. Episode 7.
7. It's
7
crazy.
now. Well, with the one and only Craig Engels. Thank you so much, Craig, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, boys. It's cool that you guys are putting the podcast and stuff together.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make stuff happen. But
Yeah, no, definitely.
we were having a debate when we first started, like at what number episode are we going to stop remembering what number we're on? And we bet it was going to be late, like way later than it is right now. So
And you've already forgotten.
we're getting quite. Like, I'm questioning it. I'm like counting in my head.
Oh,
like,
we've
all right.
done like 3 in like the past couple days.
Yeah.
So it's like getting confusing, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're just saying
It's school over. Is that why you guys are getting busy?
I got one more paper, but yeah, I was telling him like I can't wait to be done so I can it's just running in podcast time. Like it's all it is after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
But-
That's like the funnest part of college. Is
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah, for sure. So you're just saying you're in Flag right now, right?
Yeah. I was supposed to be a 28-day training camp up here. My coach convinced me that's like the perfect science. And then Charlie Hunter, my teammate, got caught up in Australia with visa stuff. So now I'm on day 45.
Jesus.
I thought you were in Mississippi for a while, right?
I was, yeah. I spent the last semester fall in Mississippi, and then I stopped by to pick up my car and drove it back.
So were you doing school at Ole Miss when you were there?
Yeah. I was finishing up a master's degree.
I was gonna say I'm like
Yeah.
for a normal person to like say they spent a semester, I was like, what's going on there? That makes sense. What was what's
Hey,
your
that would've
master's
been
in?
Way more fun. Going there with no class would have been pretty fun.
What was your master's in?
I did business.
Sweet, awesome.
Yeah.
What was your undergrad? Was it the same at Ole Miss?
So I went to NC State for 2.5 years before I transferred to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And I did a bunch of environmental stuff there. And when I transferred to Ole Miss, there was absolutely nothing of the sort. So none of my classes got transferred over. So I ended up doing theater.
Theater?
Oh yeah.
That is amazing. That is so. I have not heard that before. That is so funny.
Dude, it was so fun. Yeah, there's this major at Ole Miss called General Studies, and you choose 3 minors, and I was already done with 2 others, so I just did theater the whole rest of the time I was there.
That is
Maybe I
perfect.
should transfer to Ole Miss.
Yeah. Shay's working out
Dude.
the academic plan
Yeah.
right now.
It makes anthropology seem like rocket science. So
I still have not heard you fully define what an anthropology major entails.
hey, we're
to me.
working on it. We're working on it. Give me a few more semesters and I'll
It's the study of man, right?
yeah. Study
That's
culture.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. As long as you can get that one sentence
Yeah.
out when someone asks.
We're gonna cut all this, by the way.
No,
I'm
we're
kidding,
no,
I'm
we're
kidding.
not. So Craig, before we get into anything else, I gotta ask: did you plan this fit specifically for the podcast, or was this what you were wearing before you hopped on?
I took a shower because I looked gross, bro. So then I just threw on the new Union Athletics gear.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the merch. I saw you posted something having to do with Mother's Day and the new merch.
Just trying to find a lady, you know. I need a mature woman.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I hear you, bro.
So who was it? Someone commented. I don't know if I could say what it was specifically on air, but someone commented.
Jenkins, bro.
Yeah, it was Jenkins. I saw someone tweeted a screenshot of that. Like, what the fuck? That was absurd. For those who are, or for our viewers watching, I don't know if we could say what Jenkins said. Do you know what Jenkins said?
Just say it. It's fine.
No, I don't think that is. If we ever want sponsorship money, I don't think I can drop that on here right now. But yeah, go check
Hey,
out
he's
Craig's
getting
post.
sponsorship money from Nike, and he said it.
Yeah, I was shocked. Anyway,
I love that.
love the sideburns, Craig. By the way, the sideburns look amazing.
He doesn't care about PC.
No, clearly he does not. It's so funny.
His Instagram is hilarious, bro.
Dude,
It's
he's
so
the funniest
funny.
human in the world.
Yeah. Who would you say your professional running best friend is? Because we're asked some questions on this topic about a specific person, but he's not a professional anymore.
I feel bad. I don't know. I can't choose one, but one of my best friends in the world is Ryan Manahan, who ran for Georgetown.
That is who it is. We were asked by a special Georgetown fan account to ask you about the nitty gritty details of yours and Manahan's relationship.
Brother, you don't want to get into that. You were talking about PC. You don't want to.
Then we threw a little Q&A up on our story yesterday, and the same account, which I probably won't expose what the account is. I don't know. No, I don't think anyone knows who runs it. But it's Real Oats and Hose. Someone, they said, ask Craig what his favorite body part of Manahan's is. So they're really getting in there.
I guess I'll go with the PC version of his bleached hair.
There you go.
So what?
Seeing someone bleach their hair, like I think guys think it's really cool, but girls don't. But it makes me want to bleach my hair so bad.
I bleached a teammate of ours, a couple teammates of ours, our freshman year at BU Valentine's, or maybe it was like IC4A because we were all there or something. But
they probably looked cool as hell.
Yeah, well, they all had very dark hair, so like I don't think we really understood how many times you really got to bleach it. And like CVS store bought bleach was not gonna work on like Matt Pyam's like
darkest hair.
Darkest hair ever. So it was just orange. So he shows up at the meet the next day, and Bonds, our coach, was like, "What the fuck? Like you got to run fast if you're gonna have bleached hair for the rest of the year." So, and Usatf, I tried to give him a little Dennis Schroeder patch, and it did not work well at all. But so what have you been up to, Craig? How's life going right now? How's Flagstaff? How's training? What's going on?
Dude, Flagstaff's weird. So you used to come here if you were in college and you'd just party for the summer, you know. And then as a pro, you'd come here and you'd like train very seriously. But now there's a bunch of pro groups that live here, so everyone's just like partying all the time, and it's hard to not get caught up in that.
That's funny. Who was the most fun out of the pro groups
there? So much free time, and you're like, what do I do with my free time up here?
Yeah, that's like probably the biggest thing I wanted to ask you today was like, what's life like outside of running for you? Because you don't seem like the kind of guy where it's just like running. Like, well, you know, what are you doing with your free time?
I know. I mean, I wish I was that guy. It would make life a lot easier and I'd run a lot faster. But then again, like, there's so many runners that don't enjoy life for so much of their year. And then maybe they have one good race and that's when they enjoy life.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. That trade-off.
Yeah, but to them it is worth it. And I have to respect that so much because like I can't think like that. And there's so many more runners getting like that. I think that's why so many college runners are running fast, is because they're taking it seriously.
That's like, I'm a big believer in like, you can't run fast unless you're happy. If that cloister like monk lifestyle is, you know, if that makes you happy, then I'm all for that. But if you got to be a normal human being, you know, to be happy, like that's where I think that's where you're at your best or at your fastest. As long as you're making yourself happy.
Yeah, that's like 100% my philosophy. So, you know, I'm trying to do things up here that are fun, like disc golf and stuff that like aren't destroying my body.
Yeah, you go to that. I forget what it was called. That I think you put a story up there like 10 minutes after we were there when we were in Flag. So I remember that you went there, but it's like a little pitch and putt place. It's like a little 9-hole. That place is so fun. I forget what it's called. I still got a ball.
Yeah,
but that was fun.
Yeah. That's funny.
Do you got any races coming up? I mean, obviously it's a big summer, but you know, where are you looking at opening up right now?
Yeah, I'm racing. I don't know when this podcast will come out, but I think it's May 19th.
Sweet.
I'm doing an 800, but like there's no flights out of Flagstaff, so I'm driving to Vegas first and spending the night there.
Oh boy,
that's
gonna be
I am sure that your coach loves that. That's like the Centro post-Olympics Vegas thing. Wasn't that a thing? Like had to pull Centro out of Vegas or something like that. Someone had to.
Yeah, I'm sure stories have gotten warped, but there's probably something like that.
That's funny.
So that's in LA on May 19th. I'm doing an 800.
Oh, it's part of that sound.
Is it the sound meet?
I think it's called a Usatf Distance Classic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be some college boys in there. I don't know when regionals are, but if people go to regionals and don't make nationals, they'll be there.
Yeah, it's like it was May 19th, so regionals is what?
It's the week after. Right?
So it's the week in between most people's conference.
Maybe if you don't have a time, you'll go there. I
think the window for time closes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, we got Big East this weekend, and then
where's that?
UConn. So they just got brought back in the conference. So we're driving 6 hours to Connecticut bright and early tomorrow morning. Not bright and early, 10 a.m., but I gotta go.
Hey, that's not bad. Maybe like that's probably the only time in your life you'll ever go to Connecticut. I don't know what else you.
I know I'm from Jersey, and I've actually never been to Connecticut, but I'm from close enough in that area. I know a lot of people go to Connecticut every once in a while. But yeah, we got that. So I assume the grand plan is 1,500 kind of going into the championship season here.
Yeah, I don't know what else I'm good at anymore.
I remember because I first started running like serious distance probably like 2016, and I was like an 8 kid trying to transition to the mile, and I was a lot skinnier at the time. Not to call you skinny, but I was like, all right, this dude, like, number one, I was a 15-year-old boy, so I thought the mullet was the coolest thing in the world. So I bought the Sidious Mag shirt with you and the mullet on it. Remember that they sold? It was just like a picture of your face with the mullet. It was like a drawing of it. No, not the beer one. No. It was years ago. It was like I was like 15. I don't know if I still have
Is it blue? Is
I
it
Yeah,
can't
blue?
remember it.
it's
Don't-
light
don't
blue.
I look like
Yeah.
I got like I don't I look like I have like a syndrome or something?
Yeah. Your face is quite large.
Yeah.
In it. But yeah, and it was like the Ole Miss colors because I think you were still running for Ole Miss at the time. And I was like, this is the guy I want to be. Like, this is, the 815 guy. Like, I was like, Dad, look how cool this guy is, watching him on the Olympics. And now, here we are. But 15-year-old me would be proud.
Now you're gonna kick my ass.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm sure.
I hope so, Craig. I hope so. We'll throw a little bet in at the end of this episode when we get our.
Maybe you guys
guest
just both
questions
go to
going.
Vegas afterwards.
Let's just go to Vegas, Craig. I'm 21.
If we ever race, loser gets a tattoo.
I don't have any tattoos. I would so do that if I didn't think that my mom would end my life. That my mom was gonna be so pissed the first time I mentioned her on the podcast because she was like joking around with me, like, you talked about your dad before it already, before me on it, and then now here we are saying my mom's gonna kill me if I get a tattoo, but she knows it's true. I can't get a tattoo.
Every episode.
Yeah, I think she definitely does. Yeah.
That's why you couldn't talk about Jenkins' comment, huh?
Yeah. No, honestly, she would have thought it was funny, but. But yeah, I think tattoo might be out of the question. So we got to think of something good. I'll shave a mullet if we ever race, and you get me. I'll shave a mullet.
There goes bald, dude.
How about just buzzed?
I think we got it. I'm willing to bet we'll race within the next year and a half.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that far off, but we'll see. So all right, we'll put that down. Mullet. I shave a mullet. You got to do something though. If I get you,
I'll do anything, dude.
Maybe we could dive a little more into that.
Who hurt you, Craig? That's funny. I was gonna ask you this later, but I think let's get right into it. So championship season coming up. Obviously it's a World's year. Who do you want to beat? What professional runner out there or collegiate guy? I hope it's not a collegiate guy, but who do you want to beat? Who's the number one name on the list right now? I'm sure making teams, is obviously the biggest goal. But is there someone out there you're like, I need to get him right now?
Dude, this is funny. I watched the movie Rush last night.
That's a great movie. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Dude, and I was like, why don't I have a rivalry like this? But it's hard. It's hard in our sport. I guess, I don't know. Everyone's like kind of scared to do it. But I really don't like Centro.
There we are. So you want to get Centro?
Oh, yeah.
Centro's the guy.
Yeah. I don't know what our record is, but I think he's gotten the best of me.
I like that one. If you're willing to dive into it, any particular reason why you're not a fan of Centro?
Well, he's kind of just an asshole in general, but when he made the Olympics and I didn't, he posted something like, have fun watching from your couch.
Oh, I remember that.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, that was like peak running nerd time of my life. I ate that shit up. Like I was like, this is like popcorn right now. Let's go.
Yeah. He took it down pretty quick, but
he still put it up.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he still put it up.
That's crazy.
Then I was with my parents watching it from their couch, and I was like, should I and he got out. Like I don't think he did. I know he didn't make the final, but I was like, should I post a photo of us watching it from the couch and leave a little gap?
That would have been funny. Kind of on that topic of having like a rivalry. I think we've talked about with every guest. I think it's our go-to question. Is like, how do we fix the sport? That's I would say obviously in like a viewership decline, in like a America doesn't care about running like they used to kind of sense. And my big thing has been like, we need someone's got to be our star. We need rivalries. We need things that are going to draw people into the sport. I think most of our guests have disagreed with me on that one, but I'm really curious as to what both of you think about that.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I don't think there's much wrong with the sport. Like, it's pretty pure. I always go back and forth on this, and like it's pretty pure the way it is. Like no one's corrupted by money.
Yeah.
And like everyone's doing the sport because like they want to. There's no one doing the sport just because like for the wrong reasons, you know.
Yeah.
So that there's like the cool part about that. But and I've thought about your theory where you have like a superstar, and I think unless it's like Usain Bolt, people aren't going to know when the track meets are or like where they're televised.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is like it can't be a
just Olympics
every 4
thing.
years thing is like, oh, that's Usain Bolt on my TV, because obviously he was a star and in Jamaica he's their Michael Jordan, but I think we're still waiting for that person to transcend just being running famous in like American distance and sprints and everything, and like extend out to pop culture. I think Sha'Carri is the closest thing that we have to that right now. She's getting she's getting Drake lines. Yeah, she's a sprinter.
Yeah. I'm just still not sure if people would even like if she ran a race in say like Houston. I'm not sure if like 20,000 people would show up.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why I think we need a not one specific person. I think we need multiple. We need rivalries. We need like storylines, reasons for people to care. And I shouldn't say that the sport's on the decline. I don't know what the exact viewership numbers are, but I should more so say like, how do we grow it from here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, like, in college, I had all the same thoughts as you guys. But, like, truly one of the hardest things ever is, like, being as confident and entertaining as you want to be, but also, like, being as fast as Cole Hawker, Yeah. Like, it's crazy. In our sport, the best people are, like, probably the most boring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the problem we're finding. It's, like, how do you, like, live that lifestyle but also, like, not be boring?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Right, dude. Yeah, and I've definitely like I've been on the like the side where like I'm trying to have fun and then I have too much fun and then I have a bad race.
Yeah,
it's a balance. It's a difficult balance, but it's a balance,
But again, back to Rush, dude, and this F1 craze, like everyone loves Formula One.
Yeah. Well, I think because of the Miami race, because they just brought it to Miami. That's got to be why, right? Or I don't know. There's the Netflix series too.
Yeah, even then you just look at it and you're like, all right, you go out to that event, you see a car for like 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, how do they get people out there? And it must just be like the atmosphere or like that Netflix show. There's like a status symbol to going to an event. Like you think of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Kentucky Derby. No one gives a shit about horse racing.
No. Most people are too drunk there to even remember the race they watched. Like, no one cares.
Bro.
Yeah.
We need a track meet with betting and alcohol. And
honestly, it has to be an experience. No, but I've been watching this HBO series, and it's like called Showtime, like the rise of the Lakers. I don't know if you've seen it, Craig, but it came out. It was really controversial because people were mad about the way that like a lot of famous Laker names were being portrayed. But they had the predicament in it, and it's supposed to be true, is that the Lakers, when the Buss family bought the Lakers were floundering, and they basically faked all the money. Like they didn't have the money, but they somehow finessed everything to now own, the biggest franchise in the world. But the way they did it was like understanding that going to a Laker game couldn't just be like you're going to go sit and watch a basketball game. It has to be an experience. So they built a club in there. They brought out dancers, and their Laker girls became, a thing and stuff like that. Like they made it an experience for people to be able to go. Like they increased alcohol sales. They did stuff like that. And I think if people are going to ever care about a track meet, aside from the running purists, if my friends that don't run are going to ever come to a race, it's got to be an experience. It's got to be like going to a baseball game. No one really cares about baseball. I love baseball, but no one really cares about baseball. Like the Nationals are horrible. We know people every weekend going to just hang out at a Nats game because they get to go to the bar next door and then go, sit at the game.
No, yeah, dude, your boy Michael Kosha said it perfectly. He said if they can put on a meet at Ole Miss and just get like all the frats down and just have free drinks and everything. Yeah. Like they would just line the stadium. I don't know. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. That's like I forget what college baseball team it is. It's like they have a thing where someone hits a home run, everyone throws their beers. Like no one cares about the actual baseball in the game. That is Ole Miss. That's what I thought it was. I didn't want to say it and be wrong. That makes sense. Yeah, we raced Ole Miss probably like a month ago now. And like warming up and cooling down, I was just hearing the roars from the baseball stadium. It sounded absurd. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't know if you agree, but I think it needs to be an experience if we're ever going to get people to buy into, watching the sport.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing you touched on was like the running purists. And I mean, the running purists are like the people that care about the sport the most, but it's hard to get anyone that doesn't run or doesn't care about running to go to a track meet or to pay for a track meet to watch online, or to even like if they're at a bar to watch,
Yeah. It's
hard to understand running when you're just first watching it. Like with basketball or football, it's like you kind of get what's going on. But if you're sitting down and watching a track meet for the first time, it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah. This past summer, I came down to visit DC, and I was leaving a Nationals game, actually, and because they had played the Mets, and let's go Mets. And we're walking past like the street where they just got all these outdoor bars, and they had TVs, and our boy Rob Brandt was racing the trials, and he was leading the 10K at the time. Or it might have been the 5. It was either the 5 or 10. And the guy at the bar turned the channel, so we're standing in the street watching. I was like, no, you need to turn that back on. Like we need to watch that. And then
he's like, nah, bro, it's track.
Everyone was like, what is going on? Why is it track? But then people saw, like, we had a little crowd watching, and they were asking, like, you guys don't understand. Like, this is the highest level of running in the United States right now. And we're just turning it off to, like, put, like, Modern Family on TV right now, like, something like that. But I don't know. I think we need to shift that if we're ever going to really grow the way that we see the sport needs to grow.
Yeah. And you got to question, like, the biggest question I always come to is, like, why do we want the sport to grow?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine the way it is, but then I'm like, I would love for people to be able to, like, there's so many people that could have continued running, but like, they're not going to be able to survive on Nike gear alone,
Yeah.
So if we could get like people down the ladder, like coming out of college that aren't superstars, paid coming out, then maybe they could run well. So I think that's like my main goal, is to have more people paid to run.
Yeah, I think that's a good goal to have.
They don't need to make millions, but
but they need to be able to, earn a living. Yeah, give them a shot at least. Because then these people that could have been good enough to continue, you never know who's going to become a breakout star. You never know who's going to get really fast a few years down the road, where they might have not been ready to do that right out of college.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of goals, what are the big ones, Craig? What do you got? What makes you wake up every morning and keeps you doing this?
Not much. No, dude. The only goal I have left is to make the Olympics.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And it's hard on a year. Like, it's hard. I mean, luckily there's Eugene this year, which is cool and gives me motivation. But like, it's kind of hard to find motivation most days when the Olympics are so far away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you want to do past running? We talked about this for like forever with Sam Parsons. But what like aspirations do you have like beyond running?
It's funny. I always used to say I wanted to make the world a better place. But do you guys know Banksy?
Yeah.
He said, I just saw one of his artworks that said the most dangerous person in the world is someone who says they want to make it a better place. and I'm like, dude, that's like he's right. Like, Christians throughout time were like, let's make the world a better place, and then they've caused like hundreds of millions of deaths with war.
Yeah.
And so I always wanted to like go to communities in Africa and like help them like with renewable energy and water. But then I'm like, they're probably happy the way they are unless they're dying.
Yeah, people are resistant to change, I don't know. That's an interesting thing. Would you say that, the goal of making the Olympic team is what kept you from retiring? Because I know I listened to, I forget where you originally said it on, but I listened to you on somewhere, and you said that, you were considering retirement not that long ago.
Honestly, it was probably more of my contract.
I heard you signed a new one as well.
Yeah. I didn't know it was going to happen with contract stuff. So if I wasn't going to have a contract, it was going to be an easy decision.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily Nike like put their faith in me. So I was like, all right, well, I'll put my faith in myself then for another couple years at least.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But
after running, so right now my dream is to start an RV park.
Hell yeah.
That's really cool. I like that. That's a very like distinct goal to have. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, but like a kind of a unique one, not like a trashy or not like a super classy one.
What unique features would it entail?
Dude, so my favorite thing in the world is renovating RVs. And what I would want to do is buy like 10 or 20 RVs and renovate them, and then just have like an Airbnb RV park.
That's really cool.
where people can stay in them, and they're all renovated cool on the inside. But if they really like them, then they're all for sale.
Oh shit!
Interesting.
Yeah.
So as soon as one goes, I bring in a new one and renovate it.
That's cool.
Should do like a concert thing. Have like a concert venue nearby.
Yeah, right.
Get a little
Dude,
RV.
that'd be sick. You could, I could have like festivals, but festivals or weddings or whatever.
It's funny. So when we reached out to you to get you on the podcast, were you more excited than when you were on Pardon My Take?
Honestly, dude, I didn't even know what Part of My Take was.
No way. I don't buy that. I feel like you got the Pardon My Take personality.
No, I knew what Barstool Sports was. I didn't know what Part of My Take was,
Gotcha.
and I'd heard of Big Cat.
Yeah, Big Cat's the man. Dan?
Yeah. So then, but I did it like not knowing really what was going on and didn't really tell anyone. And then I had buddies text me, and they're like, "What the hell, dude? I was just listening to Part of My Take, and you were on it."
I did too. I was the same trip that I had watched the trials on TV. I was driving home from DC with my sister, and I was just putting Part of My Take on, and it says like the most recent episode was like with Craig Engels. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
how did you guys get in contact?
I think Chris Chavez.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Charge like.
Interesting. I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
That's funny. But you downplayed yourself on it, Craig. You made it seem like you're not who you are. You made it seem like you're not, they were talking about how fast you were, and you're like, no, the whole time. You gotta hype that up, dude.
It's not me.
That's funny. So I have another interesting question for you. Kind of given that I think you're around it early, you were during your semester at Ole Miss. What do you think about the running YouTube culture right now?
Dude, I think it's awesome. No matter who does it, like just being a creator rather than a consumer is so cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, I don't care what you're creating, as long as you're just not sitting there consuming TikToks and all that shit. But it might be good for the sport. Like, I don't see why people are like automatically saying like Westfly's bad for the sport. Like, who knows? Like, let it take its course and see if they bring in non-runners to come watch the sport.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the statement. That it's, I think as long as you're creating, it's good. But I think, which I've talked about before, when it's ingenuine or when it's just negative for no reason, like I can't wrap my head around that. Like, I can't respect that. I'll say it point blank. Like, I don't respect Westfly. I don't at all. And I've met him personally, and he seemed like a decent guy, one-on-one conversation, but then I go on YouTube and he's putting on this act, and I don't respect it being fake. I think it's fake. I straight up think it's fake.
You know him better.
Yeah, that's why I want to bring it up, because you've been around it. He's running up to you, buzzing your head. Like, like, I don't know. I think it's fake. You obviously know him a lot better than I do, though.
I myself, I like to portray myself as like who I am. But dude, you got a poster. The guy behind you, definitely. With that fighter, what's his name?
Sean, absolutely think he does. I definitely think he does. But he gets results.
Yeah, I guess Westfly did for a bit, but I mean, they're good dudes. Like, they're just trying something new, Like,
yeah, no, I met all the other guys. I thought they were great guys. Like, a bunch of them shot them out.
I think pros are all fighters, so they're just like,
yeah,
they're trying to bring that to running, which I thought was pretty funny and cool. But I don't know how much it's going to catch on unless they start running as well as Cole Hawker and like.
Yeah. But it's not even just the results. Like, I respect the bringing an eye to the sport, because there's plenty of people making podcasts and content out there that aren't fast. So I'm not, knocking them for not running right now. And even to your point of like people putting on a persona, I think that's good, but I think it needs to come from a genuine place. Like, a better way to phrase it is like, I don't think making noise for the sake of making noise is a good thing to do. Like, it's like people saying like, oh, he just likes to talk because he likes to hear himself talk. Like, I don't know. Shay, I want to know your thoughts on this.
I don't know. I mean, he's getting attention.
He is.
He was like, but I also think running is the bottom line. Like, if you're running well, you're going to get attention in any ways. But if you especially have the content, it's like going to boost you even more. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't really have a problem with him. I like the videos, dude.
I can't tell you
watching
that
him throw a
I
watermelon.
watch the video.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the videos.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, there was an old podcast that they did with Traxta, I think, and he came in with his special hat on and a little cheap suit. And he just came in talking all this fake shit that he wouldn't say to someone if he was in the same room with them. Like, I saw him like, okay, I get faster. Like, we want to create content here. We want to create a brand. Like, I was like, I get faster. I can, start a rivalry with this kid because I don't like the things he's doing. And then obviously that's not panning out on his end right now, but I'd love to get that going. Maybe that's my call out. You just said you don't like Centro. I'm nothing against him as a person. I'm sure he's a good dude. But I just don't like the way he goes about things.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like when people are different. So it's funny.
I do too. And I'll give him that credit as well.
I'm just glad I'm not on the other end of it. I'm glad I'm not Sam Parsons or Joey.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. It's like, what did they ever do to you? Like,
that part's a little fucked up. Yeah.
That's why I don't like it. I don't respect it. It's like you're being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole because you want people to look at you.
Yeah, that's fair, but
it worked.
It worked. I'll give him credit. It worked. Anyway, that's my thought on that.
They probably wanted 10 Man to take the bait, dude, and 10 Man never did.
Yeah, I know, and it just kind of fizzled out.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anyone in particular in terms of like running content that you like watching that you enjoy?
I'd say like one of my favorite runners is Fred Curley.
We talk about him all the time.
Dude.
All the time. We just talked about him with we had Joe Hale on yesterday. Fred is the best.
He's a go-getter. He's a bag chaser.
Do you know Fred personally?
Yeah, not like super well, but I know him, dude. We played a game of horse and basketball one time, and it was me, Michael Cherry, Fred Curley, and then a guy named Michael Shuey who threw javelin for Penn State, and they started doing dunks, and they were like throwing up windmill dunks, and it was insane, bro. They're such athletes. It's cool. It's cool seeing like
so explosive.
Fred could have been in the NFL or whatever,
How long did you make it in that game?
I think I got out immediately. I mean, I tried to, and they were laughing so hard, but
that's funny. How does that come about? How do you end up playing horse with Fred Curley and Michael Cherry?
We were all in Colorado Springs for some USATF thing.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna get in it. This game is a suggestion from Joe Hale because he said it's a game he likes playing with Drew Hunter. So I'm gonna name some pretty random runners to you guys. You guys are going to compete against each other. You'll each get a turn to answer, each person. Tell me where they went to college. Okay?
Oh, good.
Does that make sense?
This is bad. Yeah. All right, let's go.
Nick Simmons. So, Craig, you're first.
Ashland?
No. Do you know?
Dude, I have no clue.
Not Ashland. Any second guesses?
State? What state's it in?
No, it's a D3 school or something.
Yeah, Oregon.
Oh, I don't know. Lane Community College?
Nope.
Westbury? I don't know. That sounds like a college.
Willamette University.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2, Craig. David Ribbich.
Western Oregon, baby.
There you go.
Wait, did you know Nick Simmons College?
Yeah, I did. I did the research. Shea doesn't know any of these here. I did the research on that.
Before it came up?
I did, but that's because there's an interesting dynamic to my relationship with him that we're not going to talk about.
He's blocked.
I am blocked. We've been through this. Whatever. Okay. So, Ribbich.
So don't like Nick Simmons running content on YouTube.
No, I do not at all whatsoever. I couldn't see it on Instagram because I'm blocked.
He's one of the most famous runners, I guess you'd have to say, right?
Yeah, I would. And I respect it. Like we talked about before, making content and getting the brand out there. Absolutely. But I think there's an ingenuine factor into it that I'm not a fan of. Anyway. Okay. Shea gets first guess on this one. Gabriella W. Stafford.
Bro. Give me a state at least.
No. Craig, do you know it first before I give you a hint?
Is it in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like British Columbia?
No.
Ontario?
You're so close.
McGill.
No.
Toronto.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah. Craig's got 2 of them right now.
I mean, I named the 3 cities I know.
Yeah, right? I figured someone was going to get that one sooner or later. Okay. Roger Bannister. Shea gets first.
Oxford?
No.
Nice.
Well, yes. Yeah. Exeter College in Oxford.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Craig, last one here. Des Linden.
Maine?
No.
ASU.
Wow, you got that. Wow. I didn't think you were going to pull that one
God,
out. Arizona
that was a
State
shot in the
University.
dark. I made a little connection.
That's funny. Did you know that, Craig? No, I guess not.
Nah,
If you guys
no.
made there. That's funny. What do you complete switch up in what we're talking about right now? Where do you stand on the shoe technology debate? I know that, you're obviously getting paid by the company that is at the forefront of that. But
I know.
what's your response to the people that say people are only running fast because of technology?
First of all, I'll just say I'm lucky to be with Nike because they are the best. That's not just me because I'm sponsored by them, but dude, their shoes are incredible. I just tried on Alpha Flies for the first time the other day.
For the first
Bro,
time? What are you talking about?
serious?
Bro, I've had Alphas for 2 years. I don't even run for Nike. I just run a Nike school, and they wouldn't even give them to me. I had to buy it myself.
Pete wouldn't allow us to wear the Next Percent or
Damn.
Or the Alpha Flies for the longest time, and then I went back to Ole Miss. All of them were wearing them, so I had to.
Any specific reason that he didn't want you guys to?
I think it was because people were getting really people were running too much in them, and they were silly stuff.
Yeah. I definitely in the fall I would do some long runs in them if I was trying to kind of get moving in it, and I definitely noticed it gets a little sore there because it's just so bouncy coming back into your Achilles.
What do you guys use? The Streaks then?
Hold on, I got them right here. They're called Streak Flies, I think.
Yeah, the new ones. A couple of our guys got them.
That was the names, bro. Yeah.
Nice. You got the all white ones.
Those
That's
are
cool.
good.
Yeah, I like that. They're so soft too, which is interesting.
But I mean, yeah, dude, the shoes help for sure. We all know that.
Dude,
look at the times; it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's even high school kids now. Like I'm looking back at I ran 410 in high school, right? Like that'd be like 406 now with how good these kids are. And if someone ran 406 in our time there, like they were like a god.
Yeah.
Like
top 3.
Yeah, it's just crazy that it works that way now. I don't know. It's nuts. But
yeah, it's wild.
I'm in support.
I actually just worked a high school meet or hosted a high school meet, and all the slower heats were wearing like Sauconys and like all these like other shoes, and then the best kids were all of the best heats. Every single one of them was
everyone's
wearing
got
Nike.
the Zach on. It makes sense. I mean, if we were in high school in the time, I think I can speak for both of us here. We would have had everything.
Dude,
yeah.
If I see someone wearing like Rivals or like
I'm like,
Kara,
I'm like, yeah.
You're not really serious about this.
Exactly. Like I'm not losing to you. Okay. So I have another question. This was also asked for the Q&A for you. So some of the fan questions. This one isn't about Manahan's body. Someone asked, what is your craziest post-race party story? That's what they asked. Which, a lot of our questions about you were focused on the social nature of your life.
I mean, dude, there's some that I just like obviously couldn't tell on here.
That's what I figured.
Those are the best stories.
But let's see. I guess this year I won't name any names, but I ran Falmouth
road race, right? Yeah.
I ran the mile, and you get 2 days after to like party, and I think it was the end of my season, so I don't know how we ended up, but we I don't know what bay or ocean is right there. Obviously, it's the Atlantic, but there was like 12 of us just naked swimming towards this swimming platform that's about as big as my mattress, and the water was like freezing, and someone was like, hey, by the way, there's like the sharks like feed at night here. For like an hour and a half we were all just chilling naked on this like bed. There's like 12.
Who else was there? I don't know, you might not want to expose anyone.
but yeah, that was a wild night. Usually right after Fifth Ave, everyone gets crazy. But
yeah, I've heard that before.
Coogan's shut down, so
we were talking about Coogan's with Joe Hale yesterday.
Yeah,
we're Jersey, New York boys, so the Armory was a frequent spot.
Did you race at Monaco? I heard it's like crazy there afterwards.
Monaco's cool. It was during COVID though, so we actually rented like a yacht the next day.
That's fun.
Oh, there you go.
Good
that
times.
works.
Because I remember seeing you at whose bachelor party was it? It was some bachelor party, and I just looked at the entire party. It was just like all professional runners. I forget whose it was.
Probably Clayton Murphy's.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, another one for you here. What's the best city to race in? And whatever reason you have for that answer, I don't know what that is, but.
Oh, Monaco, easily, dude.
Monaco. I mean, the pictures of where that Diamond League races looks
dude,
beautiful.
It's messed up, like how nice it is there.
Yeah. I've always thought about, like, if I would ever be fortunate enough to run professionally, like, maybe just dip out of the U.S. Maybe I'll just base myself in Europe. Like, it just looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually during COVID, we somehow got to Monaco, and we raced, and then we went to Stockholm, Sweden, and raced again. And after that race, I never pay for phone service when I go to Europe, so I just don't have a phone. And I was out with Matt Ramsden, Stewie McSwain, and Peter Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
We're big Stewie guys.
Yeah, we're huge McSwain fans in this house.
Hey, me too. After that night, we had a crazy night where I was having to hop on Lime scooters with them. Like I didn't have a phone to do it. We stayed out till like 4 a.m. and then like 2 days later, those dudes going around like 3:30.
Oh my god!
These are the stories we like to hear.
Yeah, this is what no one tells you about running. That's funny. Do you know Luke Matthews? That was always like a niche Australian guy that I always thought was cool when I was growing up.
Yeah, he was cool. He got like third in Commonwealth Games and stuff.
Yeah.
He's still cool.
What's Stewie like? Stewie's an enigma, I feel like, to people in the U.S. No one really knows what Stewie's like.
He's underground for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Australians are just so much funnier than Americans.
That's funny. They seem like good guys.
Americans get offended by everything, and Australians will just go straight for your neck.
That's funny. That's how it should be, you know? But yeah, they seem like they got a good little crew, and they're also getting really fast over there too, which is...
Yeah, they're running great.
As well. That's funny. So... I got to ask you this because I think I remember hearing you talk about this on Part of My Take. So Manahan threw you the Bud Light, right? And that's become synonymous with you. And I know you're tweeting at Bud Light. I don't know if they respond or anything, but I've heard that you're not a Bud Light guy.
I'm whatever's the cheapest guy. I'm not.
Oh, God. Were you like the Natty Light guy in college?
Bro, we were Natty Ice.
Oh, how did you...
We were actually, dude, in Mississippi, there was a 30 rack. It was called Milwaukee's Best Ice. 30 rack for $13.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the whole team would be done for $13.
That's funny. So you're not a seltzer guy?
Huh?
Are you a seltzer guy? I know a lot of runners have become seltzer people.
Yeah, I'm a summer seltzer guy. I won't lie to you. If we're playing beer night, I'll fill up a cup with some seltzer.
What did you think about, because you're friends with Parsons, and because Beer Die reminded me of this, of Smulders. You can do it. Do it, Shea. What are you doing yesterday?
Oh, the nose thing?
You're playing Beer Die.
Oh, yeah. Playing Beer Die in Boulder, barefoot. Get out of your mom's basement, bro.
Anyway. What do you think about him going right for Parsons' neck when you and Parsons are boys, college roommates, right?
Yeah, I never thought too much of it just because, dude, the reason we know about it is because the sport is so niche.
Yeah, it's such a small little bubble.
Basically, there's like probably 500 people that know about it, but those 500 people love talking about it.
Yeah, it's funny.
So if it had like gone mainstream, I would have like had Parsons back.
Yeah. But it is a little niche thing. Like
it was just like an inside joke, kind of.
That's pretty funny. Inside joke that is now. Just go comment beta on his Instagram post. Like. I'll say it right now, Smulders, send your boys at me. I want some beta comments on my fucking post now. Let's do it. And then get on the track and come race. Let's go. But no, shout out the Ole Miss boys though. They ran amazing at Penn. Did you watch anything from Penn, Craig?
No, I was at a wedding.
Oh, that's fun. How was the wedding?
It was good.
Good time. So aside from trials, are you racing pre?
Yeah.
Sweet. You race anything else other than that opener?
Yeah, there'll be meets in Portland. Maybe you guys will be out there. A lot of college kids come out to those meets in Portland.
Yeah, like PDX
right on
Track Fest or something. Yeah. If we're there,
he's got to see what his racing schedule's like.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I got to race there and get to NCAAs now, but
let's date this podcast. What are your PRs right now?
Right now, I just split 148.2 and 148.5 at Penn, and then we got Big East. I'm thinking it's gonna take. It's the Big East. We got studs like Matt Pyam, Sean Dolan in this 8. I'm thinking it's gonna take 147 change. Probably win that. I don't know, just good momentum right now. I've been really focused on being an 800 guy for maybe like, I've been an 8 guy for like 6 months now.
Yeah. You
like
were
really
a long
putting it
distance
in.
head.
Yeah, I was a long guy when I was younger. Like I thought I was gonna move up to the 5. And then here I am moving. I'm probably the only kid that gets to college and moves down in mileage and racing distance. But it's kind of worked. So it just, at the period right now where you can take big chunks out of the PBs. So I know that'll end soon, but let's see how low we can go before then. I think I can run 146 and change this year. That's what I got right now. But what about you, Shea?
I wish I was an 8 guy. I got to run the 5 and 10. So I run 13:40 this past indoor and then 28:50.
Dude, hell yeah. That's awesome.
So what any times like on your mind, Craig? Like are there any specific times you're like, I want to run that?
No, I've never cared about times.
I like that. I'm a big believer in just like the times will come if I race to win.
Yeah.
Like I want to race to make NCAAs. So if I end my year, never running faster than I've run this year, but I make NCAAs, and I'll be able to compete there. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know that the fast times are going to come with making that.
I don't care about time anymore because everyone's running so fast, first of all. And if I'm running a PR and I'm still getting 10th in the race, it's okay, I don't know.
I get my happiness in running from beating people. I don't know. I just want to be a winner. If hopefully when my running career is all wrapped up, I just want people to look back and be like, that kid just wanted to win. I don't know.
Yeah.
How would you, define yourself as a runner, Craig? I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's a time trial guy, or he's a racer, or he's a winner. How would you define yourself?
Fuck. I used to be a racer, bro, but now you have I'm trying to be a time trialer. You have to if you're gonna
get those standards,
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still a racer. I don't think many people are gonna beat me if we have to close in 50 seconds in a 1500. But I'm trying my hardest to get as fit as possible so I can run 3:30 solo.
Yeah, I like that. It's even Cooper this past weekend running 3:34. Alone.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Yeah, it was. Any big, rising stars aside from Cooper and Cole? Because I feel like that's the easy answer there that you see coming up in, mid-distance running. Names you're looking out for. I might have to beat this guy soon.
No, but there's a girl that runs for Ole Miss named TWOS, and she is all American cross country and has run 2 flat or 201.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's real range right there.
Wait, she just did a video with Ben Crawford, I think. An
interview.
Yeah. She was moving pretty fast and talking fluently or great sentences. I was I don't think I could do that right now.
It's funny.
I think fluently is a bad word.
As you guys transition to becoming, Union Athletics Club, did the team dynamic change at all? Or was that just a formality and name changing? Because I know you guys all were being coached by Pete anyway. So I know you added pieces like Charlie and stuff like that. But did anything really change, or did everything kind of stay the same? It's just you got a name now and some new gear.
Dude, you really know your stuff. I think you might know more about.
I can't have you on and not know what I'm talking about right now.
No, nothing really ever changed. It was cool getting to build our own thing because when I joined Oregon Project, it was me and Pete kind of doing our own thing. Mm-hmm. And we pretty much built it from there, getting Sinclair, Raven, Donovan, Jess. But nothing really changed except for we got to have a little bit of say in what goes on and who gets who gets hired.
In terms of athletes or in terms of coaching staff and things like that?
Both, yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Any, who have you been really happy about you guys bringing on recently?
Dude, our assistant coach is Sonia O'Sullivan. I don't know if you know that name, but
yeah, that name
sounds very familiar.
Very familiar. Yeah. Wait, can you elaborate there? Yeah. Is she related to
Sophie?
Yeah.
She Australian or something?
No, she's Irish, right?
Yeah, daughter's Australian. Sophie O'Sullivan runs for UW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But Sonia's she held 4 world records at one point. Wow. She's so nasty, but no one really in America knows about her. I guess probably people not our age. But she came on and she gives us the best advice, and she's so raw where she'll call you out if you're not able to finish a workout. She's finish it. I would have finished it, and you're yeah.
I like that. Sometimes you need that little bit of an edge. I'm not a believer in the stay hard culture mentality, but I think you need to be pushed.
Gotta be kept accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're in the process of hiring a content creator, someone to like put out Instagram reels and come to track meets with us and take photos and stuff. So that'll be pretty cool.
So
it's essential. Yeah. We've talked about that so much. Like if you're a group, you need like a media person with you to like do that stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so as we'll wrap up, because I think we're approaching like an hour-ish right now. We do a little fan win a t-shirt contest as we start the formation of making our shirts. So those will be ready fairly soon. But I think this one will be fun to do, given that you are now running in 8. So whoever can guess the closest combined time of my Big East 800 and Craig's 800 on May 19th gets a shirt. So we need the closest time. Just add us up. So it should be, 3 minutes and something, ideally. Unless one of us blows up. Unless one of us blows up. But whoever can get the closest combined time of what I run and what Craig runs. Craig, what's your 800 PB so they have some context?
It's 144.6.
Okay.
Holy shit, you ran 144. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Any advice on how to do that right now?
I was just in there. It was when Bryce Hopper was unbeatable.
Yeah, just riding the bus kind of thing.
So I went out there and like I passed him with 100 to go, and then he came back on me.
Hey, like we said, just competing. Times come when you compete. But awesome.
Yeah.
So that'll be it. So DM us, comment, do whatever you gotta do.
Hell yeah.
Add our times up, closest one, to a 10th of a second or whatever. Gets a shirt. So that'll be that.
Simple as that. Yeah.
But thanks so much for coming
on.
on.
Thank you.
Bro, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna put a guess in there and then run 2:10.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking tank this right now. He's rigging this. This is why we can't trust you if there's betting in track, right? This isn't possible. That's funny. But yeah, thanks so much for doing this.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, boys. It's cool what you're doing.
Round the city, round the clock. For everybody needs you.